Oh boy, they hate when you stop making your job your identity. Let me tell you something. If you're a new viewer of this channel, I could be talking about you and your job, possibly. But listen closely. They really hate when you stop making your job your identity. Let me explain why. A lot of these jobs, they want consistent sheep. Let me explain what a consistent sheep is. A consistent sheep doesn't have any questions when it comes to clock in. They come in, they do their job, even when things are haywire, even when questions arise, logical questions that should be asked. Consistent sheep don't even ask these questions. They're just looking to get that paycheck and get out of there. But let me tell you something about a consistent sheep. When you're a consistent sheep, you don't realize that you're in pain. You don't realize that you're being taken advantage of. You just see it as, this is what I have to do. And to be quite honest, many of us have become consistent sheep, including myself. I'm waking up to the fact of things need to change. I can no longer be a consistent sheep because God didn't put me on this earth to be a consistent sheep. I'm made from something greater. I'm destined for something greater on this earth, not just to clock in somewhere. Because part of my humanity is asking questions. Part of my humanity is being creative. Part of my humanity is getting to the bottom of things, trying to figure things out, not just letting things be or fall where they may. Let's talk about the paychecks we get. A lot of our paychecks are crumbs. The CEO wipes his mouth after he finishes eating. The crumbs fall from his beard onto the floor, and that's your paycheck. Crumbs. Because if you can imagine what the CEO of the company that you work at gets paid compared to what you get paid, it will make you nauseous. You will get sick to your stomach if you can know how much that person get paid. And you don't even get a good fraction of that check that they get. And my point to bring this up is, do you really understand your value? Do you understand your value? Because guess what? A consistent sheep does not understand their value. They just see it as, I'm coming into work every 2 weeks. I get paid bi-weekly, and that's it. I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm not going to ask for promotion. I'm just going to come and do what's being told. Just straight baby boomer perspective. No, this is not what it is right now. This is not what it is now. Gen Z is waking up. In fact, they're already woke. They pull the sheets off. They wash their face. They are up out of bed. They are understanding that, nah, just NAH version. Nah, I'm not doing that. Like, they'll come into work understanding that, yo, I'm going to do what I need to do. But yo, you're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to talk to me like I'm your offspring. You're not going to do whatever you want to do with me here. You're just not. Because I understand my value. I understand there's other opportunities out here. You see, baby boomers back then, it was a good thing when you had a job. You know, there wasn't streaming. There wasn't all this other technological advances as we have today compared to the baby boomer era. So, of course, different perspectives were out there during that time. But like I'm saying, Gen Z does not play that shit. They understand that there is a narrative going on. And they understand that I am valuable. I am going to do what I need to do here. I'm going to collect whatever money you give me, and I'm going to use it to raise the bar in my life. And I love that perspective, even though I didn't grow up as a Gen Zer. That's not my generation. But I can respect their perspective. I could respect their assertiveness, because many of us need to get on that train. We don't need to be consistent sheep in this era no more. We don't need to be that way. Because let me tell you something. When you stop living for your job, you start living for yourself. Did you hear me? When you stop living for your job, you start living for yourself. Do you think the CEO of that company wants you to be a free spirit? Do you think they want you to think outside the box? They don't. Because thinking outside the box is contagious. It may be contagious. At least that's what they're thinking. You may be affecting other workers in my company. That's their perspective. You're going to mess up and spread that disease of positivity to the rest of the workers that are making me money, so I can put my feet up and drink my coffee while you guys are doing the direct care work. Real talk. Because if you're a free spirit, if you're an assertive soul, you're going to ask questions. You can't help yourself. You're going to ask questions. You're going to question the system. You're going to question why things are implemented in the system. You're going to look outside the box. You're not just going to take the box and accept it for what it is. You're not just going to take the paycheck that they give you. You're going to question, why is it we get paid only this amount, where this person over here or this company over there pays this amount? Why should I accept this amount when I can go over there? This is what assertive people, this is what confident people, this is what people who value themselves, they're going to ask these kinds of questions. And when you are this kind of person, you cannot be a consistent sheep. You can't. But let me tell you something. For those of you who are working a side hustle, for those of you who are working a side business right now, don't quit your job until you monetize your dream. That's one of the worst things you could do. Don't quit your job yet. As much as I preach about getting out of the system, if you can, getting out of the system, finding something to monetize. And I know not everybody is thinking about a business or some other form of thing that you can monetize. Some people are okay with jobs, and that's okay. Talking to other people that are thinking outside of the box. When you get your dreams, when your dream starts to become monetized, when it starts to become monetized, don't quit your job. Keep that dream monetized, but also understand that use that job that you currently work to continuously fund that dream. I'll say it again. Let your job continuously fund your dreams. That's how your dream is going to grow. Your dream is going to grow bigger. And that's how you get out of the rat race. You get off that hamster wheel that they want you to continuously run. Do you think the hamster knows that it's running in circles when it gets on the hamster wheel? Have you thought of that? I feel like it doesn't even know. It doesn't realize that I'm not going anywhere, but yet I'm on this wheel, constantly running the same direction. I'm thinking I'm getting somewhere, but I'm really not. And this is what a consistent sheep is as well. We get on this hamster wheel, we run, we jump, we jog, we stretch, whatever they ask us to do. This is what sheep do. They follow the wolf. Not the wolf like in the fairy tale, but the wolf in sheep's clothing, the one that pretends to be telling you what you think you want to hear. In actuality, the stuff that the wolf is telling you is detrimental to you, not them. They're telling you stuff that's going to benefit them. Be flexible. Be flexible. Whatever we tell you to do, whatever work is added to your workload, be flexible. Be willing to take on more work, even though it's not in your job description. Even though when you signed on to this job, you didn't agree to this. But I still want you to be flexible. That's what they're telling you. We're a big work family. You guys can tell us anything. Don't worry about it. Trust us. Trust whatever we are telling you to do. Don't believe the hype. Trust me when I say, do not believe the hype. No one is your friend at your job. No one. You may have a few people that you kind of talk to and have a little conversation with, but understand, at the end of the day, if something were to go down, it's either your job or that other person's job. Trust and believe. Trust and believe me when I say this. Keep working your passions. Don't stop working your passions, because at the end of the day, you got to look out for you. You're the only one you can look out for. Don't think, oh yeah, I got to look out for my coworkers. They're not going to be looking out for you. They are not going to be looking out for you, and you have to understand that. Trust and believe. Your job is relying on you to come in every single day. Clock in. Don't ask any questions. Fulfill this task. Come back the very next day and do the same thing for 30 to 65 years. And then at the end of that 65 years, when you decide, I'm going to retire, don't expect much. Don't expect much from these people. They most likely probably just going to give you a Dunkin' Donuts gift card. After 65 damn years, they're probably just going to give you a plaque from the Dollar General, from the Dollar Tree. No effort. They're probably going to rip open them dusty boxes in the back where they have pre-made plaques to give to people who made it through the system, who made it through, just so they don't have to spend any extra money, just so they don't have to do too much. They just want to give you just enough for you to go away. Do you understand? They're not gonna show the maximum effort to show they actually appreciate you. And if you've seen a job that actually went through the maximum effort, please leave it in the comments. I would love to hear about it. I would love to hear about it, because I have not seen anyone that's retired from a 9 to 5 and they've gotten the maximum effort reciprocated from that company that equaled the amount of years that person put in. I have not seen that. I'm sorry, I have not seen that at all. Because in my opinion, if you work a company for that amount of years, 20 to, you retire when you're 65, but you work the company for about 30 years. Do you know how much money you've made this company for 30 years? And for them to turn around and disrespect you and give you a Dunkin' card. A Dunkin' card. They know you like coffee, so they gave you a Dunkin' card. Not even a high quality coffee. They gave you a Dunkin' card. That's a slap to both lips. I'm sorry, that's just a slap in your lips. The disrespect is outrageous. There is no point in even giving you anything then. If you could sit there and give someone a Dunkin' card, and the crazy thing is, the Dunkin' card, it's not even a lot of money they give you on that Dunkin' card. They had that saved for orientation games. You know what I mean? Like the stuff that they give staff for moments like this. It's not stuff that they actually go out and get. A lot of this stuff is stuff that's already in the back, in boxes. They're just like, oh yeah, oh, they retiring? Oh yeah, go get that. Go open up the locker and get that Dunkin' card out of there. Give that to them. Yeah, show them we care. Ah man, it ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth it. It is not worth it. Again, I say they hate when you stop making your job your identity. You are more than your job. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever identify more with your job than your life. When you come home from that job, stop. Just like the stop sign, stop. Live your life. Go home to your family. Stop overthinking about tasks that need to only be thought about on the job. I hope someone here is listening to me and understanding the message that I'm trying to convey. You got people out here thinking about, oh yeah, what am I going to do tomorrow for this job now? Let me see. Because listen, we all been at that moment. We've been excited about certain jobs and what we can do to improve. But in the same breath, it's like, why? Just why? Why are we doing this? I know sometimes some jobs can be exciting. And if you want to think about stuff, good. But I'm talking about just in general. Generally speaking, as you start to get older, you realize just overthinking about things that don't even matter at the end of the day. Like you begin to get older and you start realizing, why am I doing more things on the job? I'm thinking about the job when I'm not clocked in, and I'm thinking about the job when I am clocked in. Have you ever had a day when you took off? You've used your PTO, right? Use your PTO time. You're having fun. You're doing something rare. Having fun, right? Because fun to a lot of people is rare these days. A lot of people don't have fun. A lot of people just work and come home. But let's get back to it. You took your PTO. You're doing something fun for once. Tell me how you are thinking about the job while you're having fun. Has any of you ever gone through something like this where you're having fun? Don't got no business thinking about the job in the moment. You look at the time and be like, oh shoot, yeah, they having lunch right now. What? No, think about what you just said just now. You just said, they're having lunch right now. Why are you thinking about someone on the job having lunch? What about you? Shouldn't you be having lunch? Shouldn't you be enjoying yourself? Shouldn't you be thinking about what's next after the fun? Like, do you see where I'm going with this? I'm trying to make you understand how obsessive a job can be. It can make you feel like I got to think of something else to accomplish. I got to think of how to complete a task on the job. Let me tell you something. A task will never be complete on the job. You may finish it for the day, but it's quite never going to be finished fully. There's always going to be something. So no matter the outcome on the job, understand that you have an outcome of your life that's more important than the outcome of the job. That was so insightful. I'm not even going to say it again. I just hope you heard it. Think about that real deep right now. You are more important than the task list. that you got to complete on the job. That task list is always going to be there. And guess what? If you die, if you quit, if you just transfer to another country, for instance, that task list is still going to be well and alive. They're just going to pass that task list to someone else. And it's going to be someone else's responsibility. So don't kill yourself over what the job is telling you to do. You do the job as minimal as possible, but in a way that they're satisfied at least. That's how I see it. I don't overdo things anymore. I'm to a point in my life where I'm not giving 150%. You know why I say that? I say that because I realize my soul was in a deficit. And when you realize your soul was in a deficit, you don't continuously give so much of yourself to other aspects around your life. Another insightful message. Think about that. How is your soul right now? How are you feeling? How is your mental health? How are those things? Do those things align with your job? Do you feel like you are a well-balanced person? No, seriously, do you feel like you're a well-balanced person? If the answer is no, why are you continuing to give so much more of yourself to everywhere else except you? You give it to the woman that can't stand you. You may have feelings for her, but she don't like anything to do with you. She don't want nothing to do with you. You give it to your employer, who pretends to like you, who smiles at you fakely, just wants you to produce solutions every single day. But in the back of their mind, they're like, you know what? We're going to let him go if he don't complete this. You're giving your all to all of these entities around you. But then you come home and you just feel like a glass half empty. You give your energy more to your phone. You make sure your phone is charged, except your soul. Your soul is on 1%. And you're wondering why you feel the way you feel. And I'm saying this not to point fingers, but I'm saying it as a notification that should be alarmed inside of your head. Have you checked your personal notification? Because I'm starting to look at mine and I'm starting to realize there's more to this life than just punching the hell in. I hope you enjoyed this message. I hope you got something out of it. Because honestly, I feel like I'm preaching to myself. These are things I need to continue to work on. I'm not perfect. I will never claim to be a perfect man, but I will say I'm trying. And I'm asking you, whoever's watching this, whoever stayed to the end, thank you. If you are a new viewer and you like this message and you want to hear more, please subscribe. Please share this message with some of your friends. Till next time, message.